Double Dragon. Let the retro nostalgia flow again. Double Dragon is on Steam for the excellent price of £4.59. You'll not only get the original Double Dragon that I spent most of my childhood playing, you'll also get Double Dragon 2 and 3, but it was always really about the original Double Dragon. This game was an arcade filler. If you grew up playing Double Dragon in the arcades, you, my friend, had an experience that will never come again. Don't even bother touching the graphics option. This retro gem should have nothing but its raw game appeal. The only optional extras I would recommend is cooking some burgers in the background, shove some half-chewed gum under your control pad, invite multiple people over to chain smoke in your room, and knock over a few beers, because this is what a real arcade was like. And if you ever completed this game on 1 credit, then you were hailed as a true hero of a man. People would pay for the credit of the game, like a wager, and with that came the hype. Battle for honor. Back then, there weren't any hacks, no fucking aimbots, no mods. It was you, the machine, and your skill. People in school used to boast about how good they were, and get socially wrecked if they couldn't put their money where their mouth was. This game for me brings back all their memories, and I can even recall playing this game with my sister. Double Dragon 2-player was a nightmare for friendly fire, and getting hit would make you stunned and lose health, all while the enemy would bash your face in with those glorious retro punching sound effects. In fact, to this day, my sister will never play this game with me, ever. But what would she know of glory to complete Double Dragon? Or to do a wheelie for longer than 2 seconds? To make a bike ramp with a milk crate and a plank of wood? The reviews on Steam surprise me, seeing how this is a mixed response. The general complaint is that the resolution can't be changed, and why should it? People comment that the graphics aren't great, and that Double Dragon Neon is much better. Double Dragon, for its time, was the only machine worth playing besides Gauntlet, Operation Wolf, and WWF Superstars. It was before the likes of Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and Soul Calibur, but at its height, it looked down on most games. Other titles of its class were the likes of Final Fight, Two Crude Dudes, and Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. But this game stood its ground, and was one of the first on the scene that shaped how the next generation of beat-em-ups should try and become infame. The nostalgia of arcades holding some of the best games humanity could forge in them days was a joy to behold. Something's missing from them days, and I don't think there's any alternative. If you have never played this game in the arcades, I would recommend not bothering to find out what all the hype was about. The comparison is like actually being a hardcore rockstar and trying to find the same experience. It's like trying to use a vaporizer while your George Foreman is cooking your burger without all that fat while you illegally download Nickelback. In today's standards, there isn't much of a demand for side-scrolling beat-em-ups anymore. It's like Back to the Future 2, where Marty had just finished playing that arcade game with the gun. Looking around, he looks for all the hype that, back in the day, would have made him a god. And that's exactly what I mean. To that kid in Back to the Future 2, he didn't get it. He looked at Marty almost cringingly. He didn't get it that Marty was flexing his skill. He looked on shocked, commenting, "But that's just a baby's toy," which sums up this review perfectly. Yeah, back in the day, the arcades were brimming with real-life heroes. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were making the titles of Predator and Rambo. Kids played on bikes. Even the poor kids played Knockdown Ginger. If you could do a wheelie for more than a few seconds, people noticed. Back then, when films like Ghostbusters were another masterpiece, but that's just it. It's like the human race just had 5 years of mastery. Like the yin and yang, up and down, where greatness was created, the era ended, and soon flowed the next generation. The generation that has mixed reviews on Double Dragon, uncertain what foods they can eat, where Sports Day has no losers, where aimbots and wall hacks have replaced every 10-year-old skill level, where glorious graphics with dumbed-down skill levels make every unskilled noob look just like Rambo and Terminator of yesteryear, where every little fucker talks shit over the mic on games and turns on their hacks, shouts over and over how everyone in the game is a noob while cheating his ass off, when it's so blatant he hasn't got a solid skill bone in his body. So what is Double Dragon? Double Dragon is a great retro game from yesteryear, a gentle age where respect was actually earned through skill. Today, the graphics look like absolute garbage. The gameplay is like shit on toast, and is left looking like one big steaming pile of dung. But even today, I salute this retro game. It helped pave the way for the next generation of games. It may be shit in all areas, but no one looks at the foundations of their house to see how beautiful it looks, and that's exactly what Double Dragon is. It's glorious, golden turd of today that was sown its seeds into the gaming history, and one of the most fondest gaming memories I'll keep forever. Good game, old friend, and very well played. If you like this video or want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, and of course, happy gaming.